Yo, what's good, everybody? My name is Cosmic, and I want to welcome you to my channel, Opinion Stated, where I give unfiltered, opinionated sports takes. Let's go. Yo, what's good, everybody? My name is Cosmic. I want to welcome you back to my channel, Opinion Stated. And man, I have a phenomenal episode planned for you today. If you follow the channel, you may have seen that I uploaded a version of this episode yesterday, but unfortunately, I caught a couple mistakes that I made in the video, so I wanted to correct them. And thus, here I am, actually with more data than I had in that one. Really comprehensive look at this notion of past first players and the kind of what that means or what that looks like. I know that for the longest time, I have heard LeBron James defined or described as a past first player. And I had never heard that prior to LeBron James, to be honest. And so it's one of those things that really, really annoys me. And it has. And so even a few days ago when I posted a video, I had a bunch of folks in my comments using this past first playerisms. And I was like, prove it. Provide me some facts that validate that point. And of course, they, like nobody else before them, could provide any substantial proof or any kind of, even offered any kind of proof at all. So, what I decided to do is I decided to provide some proof of my own to the contrary as to why that is a dumbass talking point by the mainstream media that was initially introduced as an excuse for why LeBron James may have fallen short in a couple different areas. Now, before I dive into this content, let me be clear. This is not a LeBron James slander video. I am not making this video to down talk him, to disrespect him, to defame him, to somehow put him in the midst of some weird GOAT debating. That's not the purpose of this content. If you're looking for that, you're in the wrong place. But since you're here, like this video, and liking the video helps us cruise along algorithm avenue, helps us get into the presence of individuals such as yourself who are looking for this kind of content. Please subscribe to the channel. Also, shout out to our brand new subscribers, those who have joined on in this calendar year. Happy New Year to everybody. Based on the first video that we uploaded for the new year, we got about 35 new subscribers. So excited to have you all along for this journey. Started this page back in May for you who do not know that information yet, but I'm happy to take the journey toward building this platform with you. So without further ado, I want to get into today's content, and I'm going to entitle today's episode LeBron and the Pass First Player Myth. And so again, this episode is inspired by all the LeBron James the pass first player excuses that I hear used so often to sometimes, describe away some of his shortcomings over the years throughout his career, and then sometimes in defense of him as some kind of superpower of his when it's a lie. And I'm going to show you how in this episode it's a lie. I'm going to actually present some data to you from basketballreference.com that is going to speak directly to this fucking myth. And so hopefully, armed with this information, again, this is not being negative towards LeBron. So miss me in the comments about, oh, you just hating on LeBron. I'm not hating on LeBron at all. I just want to take from you all the stupid ass TV talking point that a lot of you use. And so that you could just knock it off. LeBron James' accolades and his accomplishments speak for themselves without people making up things about him that can be invalidated to make the rest of your argument sound incredibly weak. So stop it. And here we are with the first information that I want to provide for you guys here. I want to take a look at LeBron James's high school career and his numbers from freshman through senior year. And the reason I want to do that is because I just want to establish that I am old enough to remember when LeBron James, his games were televised, high school games were televised for his final 2 years of high school, junior and senior year. And I remember watching this very talented basketball player, young basketball player, And I wasn't watching when I saw it, and I never had the notion in my mind of thinking like, man, this kid's a pass first player. And nobody was saying that about him back then. I'm old enough to remember that nobody was saying that about him back then. And nobody was saying it because it ain't true. And his numbers speak to what I just said, the statement that I just made being factual. Let's take a look at him. In his freshman year, LeBron James shot 386 field goals, and he dished out 96 assists. Freshman year. Sophomore year, 452 field goal attempts, 149 assists. Junior year, 531 field goal attempts, 161 assists dished out. Senior year, a little less than junior year, 4 less to be exact, 527 shots he got up, and he only dished out significantly less, 117 assists that year. Now, in order to speak to what I would deem maybe, I don't even know what this pass first BS means, except for using the actual words and take them literal, being the player would prefer to pass the ball first before shooting the ball, which is not LeBron James, because his college number or his high school rather number suggests that he shot 17.8 shots a game, 1,896 total field goals his entire high school tenure. He dished out 523 assists. And so if there was somehow a even in over the years, right, from the sample size of freshman to senior year, if we saw a tail off in his shot attempts and an increase in the number of assists that he dished out, then I could probably go with the notion that, you know what, man, he displayed this proficiency to be more of a pass first player. Because you see in his freshman year, he shot 386 shots. By his senior year, you know, he had shot 375 shots, but he dished out 400 assists. There's no uptick in the numbers that way. That would suggest that it started in high school. So based on these numbers, well, he wasn't a pass first player in high school. Maybe he became a pass first player in the NBA, right? Maybe. Let's take a look. So these statistics that we're about to take a look at now encompass his entire NBA career to this point, right? So 4 years in Miami. In 4 years in Miami, LeBron shot 5,361 field goals. 5,361 field goals for an average of about 18.2 field goals a game. In LA, the last 7 years, LeBron has shot 7,514 field goals. 7,514 field goals, average of about 19.7 per game. In Cleveland, the 7 years that he stayed before leaving to go to Miami for 4 years and then coming back to play 4 years, 4 additional years in Cleveland, 11 total years. LeBron shot 17,022 shots, an average of 20 shots per game in the 11 years or over the course of this 11-year run in Cleveland, right? Over the 22 years that he's played, a total of 29,897 shots he's gotten off, an average of 19.6 a game over his entire career. You clear on those numbers? I'm going to leave them up there. Don't worry, you can reference them because we're going to reference them throughout this video as I do a comparison of LeBron James's shot totals versus some other prolific, legendary scorers in this NBA, the NBA that we love, so I can take out of your mouths not only that LeBron James is a pass first player, but I'm going to stop this bullshit where people say he came into the league and he wasn't even a scorer. His focus wasn't even on scoring because the numbers suggested they were with all the shots that he's gotten up. And I'm going to now show you some other folks who came into the league and who you know as the kind of players that just, man, they jacket shots. And I'm going to show you how his numbers stack up against those folks that we know we never call a pass first player. Let me note, first of all, that LeBron James averaged through his career 7.1 assists per game. It'll become important as we go along because I'm certain that some of you are going to start thinking something weird like, yeah, but he has more assists. He averages more assists than those other people. Shut up. Stick with me here. I want to compare LeBron James to the great Kobe Bryant, the Bean, whose jersey hangs in my studio over my head, yo. So Kobe in 20 years as an LA Laker scored 26,200 or shot 26,200 field goals, right? An average of 19 and a half per game. Kobe is so often and easily referred to by many people as a ball hog. Crazy how this ball hog shot less shots than LeBron. LeBron's played 2 more seasons than him. Come on, bro, that's a reach. Like, do better. Like, okay, I'll give you that. We'll let the longevity, cut that in half, 15 is about 3,000, 3,700 shot difference. We'll divide that in half and we'll give that over the 2 years. Has a difference that LeBron James has played longer than Kobe Bryant. But if we're going to play that game's going to be applicable the rest of the way. So you just remember, I just gave you one. 19 and a half shots a game, though, for the ball hog. 19.6 shots on average a game for LeBron James. The pass first player, LeBron James, by the way. Pass first, 19.6. Still, that's relative to Kobe's, the ball hog's, average shots per game. How can that be? Kobe wasn't pass first. Kobe would never be called by anybody a pass first player. Oddly enough, here he is with LeBron James averaging the same amount of shots per game. Actually, LeBron's 0.1% higher than Kobe Bryant. The ball hog. I think we have a new title that we need to start calling LeBron. Let's keep going. I want to compare him to the easy money sniper, Kevin Durant. You guys know that Kevin Durant, since he walked into the NBA, was a bucket, right? When he came to the NBA from Texas University, this dude was a bucket, bro. And he has not ceased in his 17-year career from being, man, one of the smoothest, just pure jump shot shooting players that we have ever seen touch the basketball on an NBA court. 20,309 shots in his NBA career has he gotten off. Easy money sniper, 20,309 of them. Shots from everywhere. Clip of 18.7 a game. That 18.7 doesn't quite match up to LeBron's 19.6. It's so we're about close, Q. Come on. All right. So they're within range. That's true. But still, Kevin Durant would never be accused of being a pass first player. And so here we have it again. A person that we know is a prolific scorer and renowned for being a scorer averages about the same amount of shots per game as a LeBron James. You guys say is pass first. So some will even jump out there and say, "Hey, you coming to the league to score points. He wasn't even a scorer. He ain't even a scorer." Like, stupid. It's stupid. Because the numbers invalidate the claims on both sides. It invalidates it. In LeBron's 11 seasons in Cleveland, 17,022. Kevin Durant played 17 years, 6 more years of his entire career than LeBron James played in Cleveland, just his Cleveland years. And he's only 3,006 years ahead of what LeBron got off in Cleveland. That number is astounding, the 17,022 shots that he got off in Cleveland for a person who's passed first. A player who's passed first? No way a player who's passed first would get that many shots off. No way. I want to keep going. Bubba Chuck, Ty Waters' own Allen Iverson, 14-year NBA career. And, man, y'all know, man, AI was chucking him. This man, look. Look, nobody would ever say, I mean, you wouldn't part your lips to call Allen Iverson a pass first player. You wouldn't dare. Nobody. Nobody. Not even Allen himself. Nobody would. In fact, he was much like Kobe, much like Jordan, called the ball hog. He's to pass the ball more, get his teammates involved more. 19,906 shots in his career, field goal attempts in his career, Allen Iverson. An average of 21.8 a game. an average of 21.8 a game. 12 of his 14 years he spent in Philadelphia. And in 12 years in Philadelphia, he got 16,543 shots. 16,543 shots in 12 seasons. LeBron James in 11 seasons got off 17,022 in Cleveland. LeBron James shot more than a gunner. Everybody know AI was coming in the game to give you the blues. He never saw a shot he didn't like. Never saw a shot he didn't like. He's not pass first. He came into the league to score buckets. And so he got him up. But somehow LeBron passed first. Make it make sense. I can't see it. I'm still looking for it. Let's keep looking forward together. I have more. Woo! This is my guy right here. The internet's favorite troll, Mr. No Chill Gil himself. Now listen, I like Gilbert Arenas. Personally, I was a fan of Gil when he was in the league. You know what I mean? I'm old enough to remember the free throws missed with LeBron walking up, tapping him on the chest, telling him, yeah, you go ahead and miss these. It's over for y'all. And he missed them. I remember. But that notwithstanding, I remember Gilbert also as a gun, a hired assassin, Agent Zero, the hired assassin who came into the game to score points. He came into the league he brags about it on the show. I gave Kobe 60. I gave 40-year-old Mike 51. He came to score in 11 seasons, 11-year career. Gilbert Arenas only shot 8,850 total field goals. 8,850 in 11 years. In 11 years for LeBron in Cleveland, LeBron shot how many? He shot double the amount of. But LeBron's pass first. But LeBron James is a pass first player. That's what y'all keep saying. The numbers don't suggest so. You know, the great philosopher Jay-Z can be quoted as saying, men lie, women lie. Numbers don't lie. Men lie, women lie, numbers don't lie. And so I'm not just using stats here to try to be disrespectful. I'm not using stats to try to tear down LeBron. I am merely showing you guys how statistics can add context to help you understand that what is being said is true or that what is being said is bullshit. And what I'm saying, what the stats are saying, that I'm saying out loud to you, is that LeBron James being a pass first player is bullshit when stacked up against other prolific scorers across the generations and the NBA, in the history of the NBA. That is all these numbers are saying loudly, and they ain't done. Talk about Larry Legend. Larry Bird, who played 13 incredible seasons in the NBA for the storied Boston Celtics franchise. Larry scored 17,334 shots in his career, an average of 19.3 per game. Nobody would dare refer to Larry Bird as a pass first player because we know that that is not what Larry Bird was known for. He was known for shooting the lights out. Tough, gritty, giving you the business. That's what he was doing. As a matter of fact, I remember watching a documentary on YouTube about Larry Bird. So a lot of you youngins who haven't actually done the research, you should search out that documentary. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna, in the description of this video, I'm gonna find that documentary and I'm gonna put it in there so that you can go and look at it if you are unfamiliar with the legendary Larry Bird. But even as legendary as Larry Bird was in 13 seasons, he only got up 17,300 shots. LeBron James shot nearly as many shots, but he's a pass first player, always has been, according to you all. Oh, he wasn't looking to score. According to you all. According to you all. It's a lie, yo. It's a lie. I ain't done. But we're going to keep going. Now I have a few more of these. Because I'm telling you, it illustrates how some of the greatest, like Tracy McGrady, man, back injuries screwed my bro up. Just back, the ailing knees and whatever else was bothering him. Oh, man, just screwed up this. This dude was an animal. Some epic battles with LeBron, some epic battles with Kobe, epic scoring battles with you name it. You know what I mean? Like, man, this dude could get it done. Walked into the league to get it done. 15,413 shots he got off in his 15-year career. 15,000 shots in his 15-year career. T-Mac averaged 16.4 shots a game. LeBron's 19.6 or way higher, 3 shots higher than T-Mac's. And we know T-Mac was a gun. Come in the game to shoot. One come in the game to play no defense. One come in the game to pass the ball around to nobody. He was coming in the game to shoot. He was coming in to give you 50. Drop 50 on your head and literally take it on, you know what I mean, to the next city. That was T-Mac. LeBron's getting more shots off than a T-Mac. More in 11 seasons than T-Mac got off in 15 seasons. Something's wrong with that picture. And it ain't just that T-Mac was injured. Let's keep going. Woo! Let's talk about Steph Curry. Steph, the chef, bro. Man, listen. I don't even have to. Look. You already know the running theme at this point. Just take a look at it. 16 seasons, 17,560 field goal attempts for Steph Curry. It's an average of 17.8 a game. Take a look at LeBron's Cleveland numbers. 6.4 assists is the career average of assists for Steph Curry. Also 7.1 for LeBron. It's about a relative amount of assists. And that's for somebody who's out there thinking like, yeah, but nobody to show average as many assists as LeBron do. They ain't dishing the ball like he is. Yeah, that's less than 1 assist on average over Steph Curry. LeBron still has gotten off more shots, almost more shots than this man in Cleveland than he got off in his entire 16-year career. That's crazy. It's crazy work. Steph's only averaging 17.8 shots a game in his 16-year career. So LeBron's 19.6, almost 20, bro. I ain't done yet. Oh, I got another hired gun. Y'all know this man. Even still today. Step back, dribble, step back, shoot, dribble, step back, shoot. Ain't seen a dribble floater. He's never met a shot that he didn't like. Anywhere on the court. Mr. James Harden. James Harden, 16 seasons, also 17,855 shots he's gotten off, an average of 16.1 per game. Wow. LeBron James in Cleveland in 11 years, 5 more seasons than that man is, or you know what I mean? 5 fewer seasons than that man's career, but almost more shot attempts in that time frame. And James Harden averages the same number of assists throughout his career that LeBron James does. You wouldn't consider James Harden a past first player either. There's no way you would. We're not done. Luka Doncic's only been in the league for 7 seasons. Luka Doncic has been in the league for 7 seasons, bro. 8,762 shots he's gotten off in 7 years. An average of 20.8 shots a game. Let's compare Luka's 7 years to LeBron's 7 years spent in LA now. Let's take a look at that. That number is relative. Luka's about 1,200. That's 1,200, roughly 1,248 more shots in his 7 years than LeBron's gotten off. Luka's a gun, hired gun. LeBron slowed down a little bit, it appears, but that's still a relative number in 7 seasons. And Luka averaged 8.3 assists a game. That's 2.2 more assists than LeBron James averages in his career. And you wouldn't consider Luka Doncic a pass first player either. Stop saying anything, bro. Stop saying anything. You guys just be saying anything. It doesn't even make sense. Just be saying anything out your mouth. The big O, Uncle Oscar, yo. Oscar Robertson, 14-year NBA career, 19,620 shots out of the cannon. 18.9 a game he got up. 18.9 a game, 19.6, comparable number. If I take the 11 years in Cleveland, 4 years in Miami, that's 15. Put those numbers together for LeBron, that's 2,300. That's 2,300 shots over 15 years. 19,620. It's more than Oscars. That's more than he would have gotten up the following year as well with one extra year. This is just showing you. Everybody know Oscar Robertson, Mr. Triple-Double. Could he be considered a pass first player? Maybe not with these career averages. He was doing a little bit of everything, similar to a LeBron James style player, like a James Harden style player, where he's out there dishing a rock too. He's scoring the ball too. He's passing the ball around. But we don't consider those guys pass first. It's just a title that you guys like to ascribe to LeBron James for whatever reason, which is really, really strange to me. The 10 seasons that Oscar Robertson played for the Cincinnati Royals, he got off 15,785 shots. You guys understand what's happening there? For LeBron, that 7 seasons or 11 seasons in Cleveland, way more shots. Way more shots. Just one more season. And Oscar Robertson had a assist average of 9.5 for his career. That's a whole 2.4 more assists per game. He might be considered a pass first guy. Again, if his scoring totals weren't so high. But nobody disrespects him, or respects him rather, by calling him a pass first player. It's only this title, again, given to LeBron James for whatever reason. And again, this video ain't to disparage LeBron. I'm just saying, you guys just be saying some crazy shit. It's really weird, bro. I ain't done. Rarely, when I see videos produced, do I hear people give Alex English his credit and his props, man. One of the most prolific scorers in the 80s, that entire era of the 1980s was Alex English. I believe he's like number one in scoring average through the 80s for like 30.6 or 32 points. It's something crazy like that. It's over 30 for the decade of the 80s that he averaged. With his 15-year career, 21,036 shots he got off, an average of 17.6 shots a game. 17.6 is 2 shots fewer than LeBron James's career average. He played 11 seasons in Denver, did Alex English, 17,604. So LeBron James, 17,022. Nobody would ever consider the great Alex English a pass first guy. He came into the league to score buckets, and that's what he did. That's what he's known for. That's what he dominated the 80s doing, scoring buckets. Got off 17,000 of them in 11 seasons, and so did one LeBron James. Oh, pass first player for LeBron, though. Not these other people. Bullshit. I ain't done. Dominique Wilkins, man, the human highlight reel. And again, I'm just showing stats and sharing these stats with you and doing a comparison of the stats, the numbers, because stats can be telling. Stats without context can be misleading. And so I don't want these numbers to be misleading. We're adding some context to them so that they can be telling. They can be telling of a truth. And they can't be spun, or some narrative can't be spun around some things that are just not true. Sick of you motherfuckers. We're in an information age where you guys can just Google some shit. Just look it up, bro. Instead of Googling it, y'all just take like the stupid talking or TV talking points and you run with them. Doing your own research. So you just Google before you start typing. Don't type or say without doing the research first, where you make yourself look crazy out here. 15-year career for Dominique Wilkins, 21,589 shots. that he got off in his 15-year career, an average of 20.1 a game. That is about a half a shot more than LeBron James averages. I am pointing that out to say Dominique Wilkins, again, was no pass first player. Everybody knew. Man, the epic battles that him and Jordan had, when they were saying, like, man, I gave him 40 one game. He came back, he gave me 50. I went back, I gave him 50. And it's like they were coming to score the ball, bro. And so they were shooting the ball. You know? Because if you're trying to score, you shoot a whole bunch of shots. That's the only way you can actually score baskets is if you shoot it. And the more you shoot, the more likely you are to actually make some baskets. You know how the game works, right? You guys know how the game works. 12 season in Atlanta, 18,743 shots. Dominique Wilkins got off 18,743. Look how comparable that is. That's about 1.7K more than LeBron James got off in 11 seasons. And he's right on par with a Dominique Wilkins, who's not a pass first player. I'm just allowing the numbers when contrasted against each other to tell a story. So if you're shooting as many shots as Dominique Wilkins, we know ain't no way you could be considered pass first. You out there trying to score, bro. Ain't no way you could be thought of as a person who did not come into the league to score. Or wasn't even thought of as a scorer. Kid been scoring points since high school. He was shooting nearly 18 shots a game. He's never shot less than 18 shots a game his whole career. We ain't a scorer, though. He ain't even come here to score. Next up, Julius Erving, the Doc. Julius Erving, bro. 16-year career, 23,370 shots in his career, 18.8 a game on average. 11 seasons in Philadelphia. Dr. J shot 14,276 shots. 14,276 in 11 seasons. Y'all know Dr. J was Michael Jordan's role model. Jordan role modeled himself and what he did as a basketball player off Dr. J. Everybody wanted to be Dr. J when he was coming up. Dr. J was about scoring that ball from ABA to the NBA. How much his ABA stats actually, we could combine those? Way more shots than this, but just his 11 seasons in Philly. Still 3,000 less, just about, than LeBron James shot in his 11 seasons. And y'all know Dr. J was, he wasn't trying to score the ball. It was just Dr. J, you know what I mean? He wasn't trying to score at all. He wasn't a pass first player either. I guess he was like one of those plumbers that people like to make believe have been in the NBA. Weirdos. Last but not least, El Capitan, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. So Kareem Abdul-Jabbar played 20 full seasons in the NBA, man. 20 incredible years. I don't say full season, but 20 incredible years. Of course, he suffered some injury here and there, especially toward the end of his career. 20 great seasons. Incredible. I mean, just, you guys want to talk about the most decorated basketball player in the history of basketball? In the history of basketball. I'm not just talking to NBA. I'm talking from high school. In high school, he only lost 3 games his entire high school career. Like, he only lost 3 games. Like 3. Or between high school and college, only 3 games. Like, it's crazy. And then walked into and won, obviously championships in high school, won championships in college, AP Player of the Year, walked into the league winning also. Craziness, man. He's the most decorated basketball player on every level in history. Like, nobody is more decorated than him for the awards and accolades, etc. Kareem got off 15,837 shots in his career with an unstoppable move, the sky hook. 15,837 field goals in his career, an average of 18.1. 20 years, he got off 15,000. In 11 years, LeBron got off 17,000 shots in his Cleveland years, yo. He got off nearly, I would say 1,000. It's about 1,200 more shots, 1,250 more shots than Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. which is still insane considering Kareem played 9 more seasons than LeBron played in Cleveland. And so I just want people to stop saying anything. You're going to keep doing it. You're going to keep doing, or some are going to keep doing it anyway, but hopefully, again, this video is not to disparage LeBron James or disrespect his legacy. I think the world of LeBron James. I think LeBron's an incredible basketball player. I am grateful that I've been alive to watch him play. But what I'm not going to do is sit up and just let people just say anything just to try to think you need to fabricate his legacy to prop it up when it's so weird that we've all watched it. And it is what it is. And it ain't what it ain't. And we don't need to create fake narratives and storylines around it. You guys just make it more difficult to trust in the actual reality and what's real. You know what I mean? So take the bullshit out your mouth. It's not real. LeBron James walked into this league averaging 18 points a game in high school, or 18 shots a game in high school. It's like 17.8, I believe the statistic said. So we understood that this kid was coming into the league as touted as the chosen one to try to get it done. He wasn't in here to be no Magic Johnson. He came into this league to score points, bro, and to take the league by storm. And that is literally what he did with his game play. His overall and total game play that was not pass first. He's a great passer, but he's not pass first. He sits in the top 5 now, I believe, in total assists across league history, but he's not pass first. The numbers suggest that the amount of shots that he's gotten off are literally on par with, some of the most prolific scorers in the history of the game. And this is, again, not to be on some, he's GOAT debate type shit. This has nothing to do with any of that. I literally just wanted to use some numbers of some legends that everybody can agree are prolific at scoring the basketball. And so if LeBron's shot totals are on par with the other prolific scorers, that means LeBron James, much like the record suggests with his 40,000 points or 40,000 and counting, is a prolific scorer. Ain't no pass first in there. Stop lying about it. We understand what the 40,000 plus and counting means. Doesn't mean he was pass first. It means this dude's a scorer, bro. He came into this league to score points. Stop that pass first shit and stop lying about, he came into the league and wasn't even the scoring, wasn't even both scoring. He just hasn't won a lot of scoring titles, but he's still been getting the shots up. Still got obviously the ball into the hoop. But with this many shots up, thank God for proficiency, right? And efficiency to some degree. Thank God he shoots a bunch of his shots close to the basket. I'm gonna leave that alone. I want to thank you guys for tuning in, man. That's been the basis of this particular episode. If you haven't liked the video already, please do so. Also, subscribe to the channel. I have some exciting content coming up. I just wanted to get this off and get this out and go on, and to be able to go on record, saying it also, because people just, the way I got attacked in the Anthony Davis is tired of his teammates video. You guys can go through that comment section and read it for yourself. Just like people just the way that excuse was used, like, he's pass first player, just like so crazy. It's cringe, bro. It just annoys me, to be honest. And so I was like, you know what? Because none of these people will provide any kind of evidence, I'll provide some. Let me know what your comments are, what your opinion is. Comment your opinion, whether you agree with me or disagree with me. I'm certain that some of you will disagree, and that's cool too. You know what I mean? I'm not here to make friends with any of you. I don't know you. Hey. It is what it is, man. I will see you guys in the next episode. Until then, take care of yourselves. Blessings.